Welcome to the Better Broadcast Podcast.
With Matt and Mason. The Dick Cast.
The Dick Cast.
Take one.
We don't have a name for it. All right. I don't know.
Unnamed podcast.
Podcast. Why did it come out like that?
Unnamed podcast on MP4.
You have a creaky chair. You better watch out for that.
Yeah. Honestly, it's fine. I'll just not move around that much.
Continues to move around.
I'm just wriggling, bro. I'm just fucking.
Wow.
I'm just wriggling.
I'm just wriggling, bro. That's good. Okay, so my name's Matt. You probably know me because I'm posting this on my channel. Or maybe you don't. Most people don't know me. But this is my friend Mason.
Hey, what's up? I've been in some of his videos before.
He has been, yeah. Yeah.
I fixed it, bro. I saw it and I fixed it. Don't worry about it.
I don't know if I'm going to release... This is our first attempt at this. So I don't know if we're going to release this on Spotify right away.
If you guys like it,
yeah,
definitely let us know, and we'll look into putting it on an official streaming platform besides YouTube.
Yeah, I think this first episode will probably be YouTube. I was gonna say something like we're probably gonna be bad about making sure we're gonna have some visual things. We need to make sure that everything is understandable to someone just listening on audio.
No, yeah, but so here a little because
we are recording a video.
Yeah, a little backstory. Matt and I have known each other for a long ass time
since we were 5.
Yeah, since we were 5. And we're both 21 now.
Yeah.
So
we met in wrestling.
Yeah.
Funny story. I started wrestling because I thought it was
WWE, bro. So did everybody back then. Yeah. I fucking remember, dude. Everybody was like, "What is this shit?"
I was told my dad, I was like, "I want to wrestle," and he's like, "Oh my god!"
And the coach is like, "It's the greatest sport in the world."
Dude, wrestling sucks, especially when you get into even middle school. But high school was really. I quit.
Bro, I remember they were just really relentless. It felt like on the little kids back in the day. But obviously,
it sounds better back here.
Yeah, I kind of think it scoot back a little bit. Honestly,
yeah, I sounded quieter over directly on the side where I thought the pickup would be. Yeah, this is good. Okay,
I guess it kind of works because you're hitting it sideways.
I don't know.
I honestly couldn't tell you either.
Yeah,
but I don't know, dude. I feel like whenever we were wrestling, whenever we were little kids,
yeah,
the coaches were really hard on us, bro. I just remember I have a very specific memory of the coach screaming at me to do 100 push-ups, and he's like, "Do 100 push-ups," and I'm like,
even as kids,
yeah, bro, yeah,
they were, really bad.
But it was important because if we weren't as strong as we needed to be, we were gonna get hurt.
Yeah. I was.
But, now it makes sense, but back then I was like, "What the hell?"
Dude, it was. Yeah. How long did you wrestle?
I wrestled for. How long did you wrestle for?
I wrestled for 9 years.
Yeah, I wrestled for 5 years.
Yeah, because I remember.
Because you went all the way to middle school or whatever.
I went to freshman year of high school.
Yeah, bro. I started playing baseball.
Which is anybody who's a college wrestler is you guys are pussies.
No, bro. Literally, what are you gonna do about it?
But yeah, I did a 180 in 10th grade.
Bro, because of me, bro. My
yeah. Well,
it was me.
Because I'm a creative person. I hated wrestling secretly the whole time.
Yeah, bro. You were always a creative person, but you never had the fucking Lucky comics.
Oh, I didn't know we were gonna bring that up.
Can we might have to scan in a couple of pages and have them pop up on the screen.
Oh, I don't know if we were gonna do that.
No, I think we might have to. Oh. I'm promising.
So yeah, I've always done creative shit. When I was very little, I'd make pictures, and then in middle school, I did this comic book.
It wasn't bad. It was kind of like a Walking Dead ripoff.
Kind of, but it wasn't apocalyptic.
You're right. You're right.
It was just way violent. It's exactly what you think a 14-year-old boy would make if he made a comic book.
It's kind of good, though. For how old we were.
I put a lot... that was the first thing I put a lot of work into.
Dude, I remember, an artistic... every fucking day, you'd be like...
Who wants to read the new...
Who wants to read my comic?
Don't do that. That's going to be so loud.
No, it wasn't that loud. It's fine.
No.
That's so funny.
I did do that, though. Because when I did Lucky, I was taking pieces of printer paper and I was designing and drawing boxes on everything, front and back.
He was doing manga, dude. You didn't even realize. It wasn't manga the style of manga, but it was rudimentary comic book. It was cool.
Yeah. It was
cool back in the day.
I did over 100 pages of that.
Yeah, you did, bro.
I had a clipboard I carried with me, a black clipboard, and it had all the paper.
Bro,
it opened.
I remember you had a couple friends who weren't me.
You remember that?
Yeah, and they'd wait for the new issue.
Dude, some people were into it.
Bro, some people were into it. Your classmates drawing a cool fucking comic. Why not be into it?
Yeah. For some reason, I just gotta say, you sound so much louder to me. Do I sound like the same volume to you in your headphones? I sound quieter, I think.
Honestly, watch this. Let's just see. Hello, hello, hello,
Check,
hello,
check, check.
check. It's about the same.
It's about the same? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. The other side is a little louder.
I don't know. That's weird. It shouldn't be like that.
What pattern do you have it on?
Maybe we'll just get it closer to you. That'll fix
Yeah.
it. And this will equal it out.
Check.
We figured it out.
I don't know. It just sounds like it's
Middle of the
No, you're right.
conversation. But you sound fine now. No,
Hold on. Just trust me.
don't twist it. We just you can't keep twisting it
Shut
the
up.
same way.
Just try it like this. Check. Now you try.
Check.
That's much better.
You sound. Just move it a little closer to me.
No, absolutely. But
And now it should be about equal, right?
yeah. Is that better?
That sounds good to me. Yeah. When I go back like
I just switched it to the single circle. I'm not sure what that's called. Yeah,
oh, that's
I'm
all.
an
That's
audio guy.
all the way around. He's the
I'm
yeah
an audio guy. Yeah, but just flip that mono and post. You're fine.
yeah. Well, it's not stereo now. It's all the way around
Fuck it.
instead of just that's better because
Fuck
then
it.
we don't need to worry about how the mic.
Because then we're like, yeah, I'm good here. I'm good here. I'm good here. I'm
We're
good
good
here.
all the way. Yeah. Why don't
Bro,
we just why did we
what
not
the fuck
do that
is
in the
wrong
fir-
with you?
so yeah.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It literally doesn't matter.
Anyway, where were we?
we were talking about Lucky, and now I
Yeah.
think I sound like I sounded clippy maybe.
Check. Nah, bro, you speak.
Lucky, maybe not.
Nah, bro, you're at like negative like 10.
Okay, we're fine. Never mind. We're back in it.
We're back in it. I didn't cut or anything, so we
Yeah.
should still be good for a sync.
Yeah. So we were talking about Lucky. Sorry, we had an audio issue. The last thing they probably saw was you telling me to shut up when I was like, "Don't do that." But people liked Lucky.
Yeah,
Some
bro,
people did.
It was kind of cool. I was never like really into it, but I was like, that's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
That's so funny. You just talked about my amateur comic book that I made in like 10th grade, like it was like a Hollywood movie that everybody liked, but you're like, yeah, dude. I wasn't really into You don't need to harshly criticize.
Bro, I'm not criticizing, bro. I just wasn't into it, bro. It just wasn't how my brain worked.
That's fine. Yeah, it was just way too violent for no reason. It really didn't have a plot.
I was like,
I was just trying to figure out a way to get them to shoot each other.
I was like, that's cool, bro. This is The Walking Dead.
It's not The Walking Dead at all.
I know, but it's just funny.
Yeah. I was actually just thinking today about Lucky. I was thinking about it because I remembered Liz, our friend Liz from high school. She said there was like some test where the story was basically sexist. There was one female character and she was completely dependent on Lucky, the protagonist. So it was like, I forget what the test was called, but I was like, dude, I wrote like a really it wasn't like overtly sexist, but there was like no powerful.
Not like on purpose.
Yeah, it was just like all male characters.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move on past Lucky. I did not expect us to talk about that
It's a little tangent. What else do you got?
I was thinking we'd talk about, because we've done a lot of things together. You're kind of ducking behind the MacBook there. We've done a lot
like a little segue.
Oh, we're working on it now.
Oh,
We're working on it
You're right, dude.
as we speak.
Okay.
So we've done like a lot of things together. We just touched on you being an audio guy. They a lot of people watching this maybe that have seen me before know that I'm big into video. We work together a lot on that, but I wanted to talk about like job stories, and then we could talk about specific jobs we've had together because we've had multiple jobs together. But
you're gonna have to get me started. Started.
So I worked at a store called Wise, and there was this story. I wasn't there when this happened, but there was an old guy that was shopping.
Oh my god, you're the guy who fucking died?
Dude, don't wait to completely ruin my story,
Cut that
dude.
out, dude. I'm sorry.
You can't do that.
Just restart. I'm sorry.
He died. No, I'm not cutting that out. We're keeping it in. So, you know how the story ends, but let me get you there toward the end. So he died on the toilet at that. He went in
Wise.
In Wise. Don't do that.
When I go up close, I whisper, so it's fine.
Okay. Anyway, he died in the toilet in Wise.
Like Elvis Presley.
He wasn't eating like a large sandwich or whatever like Elvis ate.
I think it's Peanut butter banana.
He literally ate large sandwiches, I thought.
Bro, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe that's
I'm
just...
pretty sure it was peanut butter banana sandwiches fried in lard.
Okay.
I think that's what
Anyway,
it was. I'd have to look it up.
This elder man, back to my job story, not
Elder
Elvis
man.
dying
Okay,
on the toilet. He went shopping, and people love to shop. Like, older people, for some reason, I remember working at this
Fucking
grocery store.
love
They,
Wise.
well, just Wise and just shopping in general. They love, like, a routine.
Bro, it's like their little outing.
It's their little thing. Every Sunday, there's, like, special deals. You get the Wise points.
Exactly.
But he wanted to go shopping, and he had, like, some issue, and he, like, fell over while, like, next to his shopping cart, and the ambulance came, and they, like, were taking him in the ambulance, and he refused. He refused to go in because he wanted to go shopping at Wise.
That's so fucked.
And he went back in, and he died in the toilet.
And he went back in and died on the toilet.
So that's...
And then the bathroom smelled like bleach for, like, days,
It
right?
did. It smelled... Well, yeah. So anyway, that's a really bleak beginning to these job stories. I have a lot less.
They can go out of order.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to do that much editing.
No,
so.
you're right.
The next one I wanted to talk about is also at Wise, and then I'll let you do one if you think of one. There was this one's just called Scallop Potatoes Story. I just
Scallop potatoes story. Can we get that on the screen?
If you want to edit it, dude.
Bro, no thank you.
You keep demanding all these.
It wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah. Anyway, the Scallop Potato Story. This woman, she probably must have been like her mid-40s or something. And I was the monitor, dude. I was one step above a cashier. I got $1 more an hour for it. I was basically... You have all the responsibilities of a cashier. You get an extra $1 an hour, but you also have a lot more responsibility because you have to handle all the money in the registers, and you're responsible for keeping track of all it and making sure it's not wrong. But anyway, I was like walking and making sure my cashiers were good, and you're also, as the monitor, supposed to tell people where products are. And she asked me where the scalloped potatoes were. And that's where shit went down.
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding.
I don't know if I've ever heard this story before.
Well, for some reason in the moment, it escaped my... I know what scalloped potatoes are, but it escaped my mind what they are. Like, for some reason...
cheesy potatoes.
Usually they come in like a box and they're dry.
Exactly.
But for some reason I was like, can you tell me like what they'd be with, just around? Because it was just escaping my mind.
She's like, how the fuck am I supposed to know?
Well, no, I just mean like what would be in the same aisle. Anybody could answer that, whether or not they know exactly where it is. You know, like what would be around it? It was I was trying to ask, and she was like, I don't know. That's why I asked you. And like the most condescending. I was like, dude, the look I gave her, I just like it just took me aback, and I just like looked at her in the face, and she like literally almost like jumped from like the response because she didn't expect me to.
Fucking good.
And she was
this bitch needs to get lost.
And she was like, I'll just go find it myself.
Yeah,
and I was like, no.
Right,
I'll tell you exactly where they are because then I knew where they were.
And then you're like,
sudden.
Oh shit, bro, scalloped potatoes are potatoes.
Yeah, it was like aisle 17
in a box.
But
what the fuck?
But people, dude, customer service jobs.
Bro, I got a story for you.
Okay.
So, how old were we when we worked for Rick?
16, 17, something like that.
So, Matt and I, we used to work for a lemonade millionaire.
He literally, no better way to describe
better way to describe him.
My family member.
Yeah, it's like Matt's cousin or something.
Okay,
right?
so let me just give a quick preface that
I'm gonna tell the one about the flood.
Okay. Oh yeah, the flood, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Okay, so we work for Snyder's, which is my family, and there's Grange Fair is a local fair to us in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. If you're like from central Pennsylvania, like
or even like surrounding
states, like any of the like big fairs, like you'll see like Snyder's concessions, like because it's not just like the fries and the lemonade. That's like the one that like the guy pizza. We worked for, like that's what he owned. Yeah. But like every member of the family owns their like own spin-off of like the food. It's like kind of awesome.
There's like a funnel cake stand, pizza stand, cheesesteak, like hamburger,
vegetables.
Fried. There's so many different stands.
And they're all like amazing too. So
yeah, and owned by different family members. But basically, Grange Fair is the world's like largest encampment fair.
Yeah,
and
it's the only one left. Actually,
it's the only one left.
It's the only
one
left.
So it is by default.
I think in the United States, it's the only one left.
Okay,
there might be maybe there's like one other one in Europe or some shit. I'm not sure.
Well, that's a big event, and like imagine like a county fair or a state fair or something like that. That's where Snyder's like any fair like that.
And I will say, like the tents, like
they're like trailers,
bro. No, like people bring campers.
Oh yeah,
but the tents, like the actual tents, like have been passed down in families for fucking generations, dude.
For
It's crazy.
For Grange Fair.
It's crazy, yeah.
But I thought you were talking about where we sold the food out of, which,
No,
they
no,
take
sorry,
food
sorry.
trailers, and that's like there's a French fry trailer,
Yeah,
a lemonade,
picture like a horse, like a horse.
horse and buggy.
No,
What?
like a horse trailer, but with fryers inside.
Or just a trailer.
Yeah, like you've been to, like,
what? I don't know what the horse.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Yeah. So Rick, who was our boss, he owned the French fry and the lemonade.
Yeah.
So continue.
Where was I?
You were talking about the flood.
Oh, dude, do you remember where it was?
No.
Okay, so we were working this one time, and it was actually like I think it was the first time I ever really worked for Rick.
Yeah, we would travel with him. Like there was a month period where we'd go like to multiple
Yeah,
different.
and like
over the
as
summer.
like a 14, 15-year-old kid, like you have to understand that this is like pretty good money
and hard work.
and hard work too.
Yeah.
Like you're not like it's not like you're just standing there all day. Like you are working
for 12
for
hour
like
days.
12 plus hours
Every single
like
day.
probably like at least 8 to 8, if not earlier to later.
Yeah, probably not that. They usually wouldn't open that early. But
Yeah,
like
but
8 to 8.
But
or
anyway,
whatever.
so we went to this fair with Rick, right? And we were getting reports all day that there were going to be like torrential downpours.
Yeah.
And like all this stuff, and Rick's like, "Nah, man, there's too much money to be made here."
Wasn't it flooded when we showed up?
No, yeah, you're right. It was.
Yeah.
It was flooded a little bit when we got there, but it's like we finished like our first day of work, right? Like in the lemonade and fry stand. I think we were in different stands that time.
Yeah.
And we go back to the trailer. Matt and I are chilling. I think I had like a guitar or like a ukulele.
Yeah, we
or
had like a
something with me.
bunkhouse.
Yeah, like it was like the same kind of trailer, but just with like some places for us to sleep. It was kind of banging, honestly.
Yeah, it was a very cramped space.
Yeah, it was pretty cramped, but it got the job done.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we finished our first day of work. We're just like hanging out, like just chilling in the like sleeping trailer, and then all of a sudden we hear this boom, boom, boom on the door. And we open it up, and Rick's like, "We gotta go now, boys."
yeah. We gotta go. He had like this real deep voice.
Yeah.
He's like, we gotta go.
The lemonade millionaire.
The lemonade millionaire, Rick.
Yeah. But he's like, boom, boom, boom. We gotta go now, boys. We're like, what's going on? And then he like steps up like out of the water in like I remember he stepped up like up out of the water and onto the step of the trailer.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's about 2 feet of water out here, and we got to pull our trailers out tonight, or we're gonna lose them.
It was that, but it was also the water level was rising really fast.
No,
and
yeah.
it was getting to the electricity where everybody was gonna be
Bro,
fried.
I remember we watched like an entire like if you
there was like
remember-
an electrical outlet. It was going up
Dude,
towards.
that too. But do you remember the entire camper we saw get like engulfed by that river?
Yeah, dude.
Bro, and it was not like a small camper. Like it wasn't like a pop-up camper.
like a random river.
Bro,
formed.
it was like
crazy.
a huge camper.
Yeah,
Like it was crazy how fast it took this thing under.
it
And,
was.
but meanwhile, we're like 14 years old. Like holy fuck.
Yeah, like this is. Yeah, that was insane.
Meanwhile,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, bro. Meanwhile, I'm just like, God damn it, I'm not gonna get my full weekend of pay.
Yeah. I remember we were working in Harrisburg. I think it was the Harrisburg Fair.
I honestly could.
Or maybe
not
it was.
tell you.
I was with another with Jaden, but I just remember. I don't think you were there, but I was working in the lemonade stand, and we have a tip jar sitting out front, and no one ever tips, but it's in case someone does. And
Sometimes I do.
So you usually put like a couple dollars in there, so people think other people tipped, and they're like, "Oh, I should tip too."
Yeah,
it's a classic guilt trip. Anyway. The trailer was right in front of a lake or like a river. I think it was a lake,
Okay.
and this big dude came up, and he said that there was someone drowning in the lake.
You told me about this.
Behind
yeah.
he kept trying to insist someone was drowning in the lake behind the trailer. I was like, oh my god, we gotta get some help. And then he just kept, and then someone looked and I was like, oh, there's no one drowning in the lake. And he just kept insisting. And what I noticed was every time I went to look, if someone was drowning in the lake, his hand was getting a little bit closer to that tip jar.
That's so fucking stupid.
He was lying to me that someone was dying.
He's like, I need the tips.
To steal like $4.
Literally. Bro, do you remember the one guy he owned like the Brothers Pizza, and he got like this was at like a fair as well. and he got like one of those giant lemonade cups. Do you remember he used to drink
Oh,
milk
dude.
and sugar out of that
Milk
shit?
and sugar? I don't know about that.
And he'd like come and get like he's like put 4 scoops of sugar in it.
I don't think he had that accent.
No, he did, dude. He did. He was.
I know him. He works in downtown.
Yeah, bro.
Town near us. that I don't want to specifically mention.
No, I don't even know what his name is, bro. But I just remember him
know his
coming. Or
He wouldn't get. I don't know what you're talking about.
He wouldn't
milk?
get milk from. He wouldn't get it from us, but he would
He had
like.
milk in there.
Bro, yes, you told me about it.
I don't remember that.
You were like, bro, he came and he was like, "Can you rinse this out? I just had milk and sugar in it."
Oh, well, he wasn't. I thought you were saying had milk in it, and he's like, "Can you put lemonade on top of this milk?"
No, bro. But he had like this. It was like this fucking big.
Yeah, because
and
they
he
had
would, like,
3
take
different
it
cup
and like
sizes.
and he would like take it and fill it with milk and fucking sugar, dude.
Well,
And then he came.
He liked
and
sugar.
Yeah, bro. And he was like, "Can you empty this out, or can you like rinse this out and give me an orangeade with like 3 times the amount of
Yeah.
sugar I'm supposed to have in it?"
he would either he'd either get like double, triple sugar.
He gave us pizza. He gave us free pizza from
He
his
was-
shop.
he was a
a
nice
cool
guy.
guy. He was a nice guy. But I just remember that for some reason.
Yeah. I can't think of any other Rick stories. I don't think. None that are that interesting. But yeah, we also talked about the Y story. Do you have anything from working at Pizza Mia? All of your jobs you've had have been a detriment to your car.
Bro, that is a fact. Okay, so
Talk about that.
We're just gonna go through it real quick. So my first job ever was a pizza delivery driver.
Yeah.
More recently, I've delivered newspapers. I've been a school photographer, which I had to drive like 5 hours a day for. Absolute bullshit, let me tell you. Yeah, none of the
all of those
none of
just-
the careers I've tried to pursue have.
Yeah. All of those had you driving every day
it's
for
pretty
work
bad. It's
somewhere
pretty
new.
bad. My car went from like 100,000 miles to like 160 in like 2 years.
Yeah. Damn. 40. Wait. That's,
Like 60,000.
wow. So 30,000 a year. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's
That's like more than double than what people.
Yeah, sometimes I would drive like 1,000 miles a day
That's.
for this school photographer job, dude. It was.
Did they pay for your gas?
Yeah, it was weird. Like I got paid like $13.50 an hour.
You don't have any interesting stories from that school photographer, newspaper delivery boy, Pizza Mia?
Not really, bro. Honestly, when I was working at Pizza Mia, everybody, let me tell you, dude, I don't have any like particularly. Oh, dude, I do have one. One kid from our high school, his name was Dylan, right?
Okay.
He was working at Pizza Mia with me.
Okay.
And one time, somebody, I don't know how they knew what it smelled like, but they walked in the bathroom and they're like, smells like crack in here.
That completely got me off guard. You set that up perfectly, and I don't know how they knew what it smelled like. Dude, that's good. That's the story.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they were like, well, why does it smell like crack in here? And here they're like, hey man, we think you're one employee. Like I don't even know. It might have been like, oh bro, there's so many fucking bathroom stories at Pizza Mia.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
And they like went and checked the security cameras with like the owner of the store, and they were like, when did you go in there? Because it had to happen like soon before.
Yeah.
And he's like, I went in it this time.
Because everyone knows crack dissipates really quickly.
Well, I mean,
just kidding.
that's just what they were thinking. I mean, honestly, I don't even know. But they were like, yeah, he was like, yeah, I went to the bathroom to go to the bathroom at this time, like blah blah blah, and like
How do you remember that? I guess, sorry, continue.
Yeah. And they're like, oh shit, it's Dylan. It's this fucking kid, because he's literally like our age. Like I went to elementary school with this kid.
Yeah. Wow.
And they're like, all right, bro, you're fired. And he's like, I'm not on crack.
He's like, I'm fired?
I'm fired.
Are you sure about that?
One time somebody like shit bombed the bathroom. Like every surface is covered in shit. Like I don't even know how you do that.
No, it's called shitterism.
Shitterism? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, I've heard. I didn't make that up. That's not original.
Okay, fair enough.
But funny.
Yeah, that's pretty much the end of that story.
I have something that also pertains to Pizza Mia.
Oh,
kind
Jesus,
of.
okay.
And it has to do with our previous band, Sauce. Do you want to talk about Sauce?
Our
I was once a part of. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
That's a fun conversation.
So in high school, we were in a band.
Yeah.
Well, I was in a band
for about
I was
a
in
month.
a band first. And it was me and 3 of my other buddies. and we were called Sauce. You know, we were called Sauce, and we were trying to play some live shows. And we're like, oh man, we don't have enough original music to play live shows. So,
and I was like, I have original
this guy,
music.
he's
yeah.
like, I got a lot of original music, and then
But also, I wasn't that good.
yeah, but also you're good now.
Yeah.
I think if you were like a little worse than you are now, then we wouldn't have had as big of an issue. But
yeah, I just like wasn't.
but we were
like,
all like
they
like,
were
I
all
don't
talented musicians in the band.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like egotistical or whatever, but
No.
like we were all pretty good musicians at the time.
Yeah.
For being in high school and how
Compared
old we were.
to me. Yeah.
Compared to Matt at the time, at least.
And basically, long story short, after one gig, they were like, "Hey, man, I forget. I don't even know how we said it, but I got kicked out of the band."
Well, I was like, hey man, like we really like your shit, but we think you just need to like take some time and get better.
Yeah.
And long story short, we kicked Matt out of the band. We paid him for the gig that he played.
And I took that shit personally.
And he did take that shit personally. We were on the rocks for a little bit. We're cool
Yeah.
now.
I was.
It's been like 5 years.
That's
since
something.
then.
That's something that. Yeah. It's not. It's really not a big deal.
No.
If that ruins your friendship,
No, bro,
dude,
it was like a big deal at the time
to like
to like a certain degree.
Yeah.
But
to me, it was. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe my friends betrayed me like
bro,
this.
but we were like only looking at it from like a quote unquote like business standpoint.
Yeah,
like
and you were like,
we were
we're
like,
good. You fucking are not as good.
But we didn't say
that's
it
what
like
it. No,
that.
no. But that's what it comes down to.
But that is what it came down to. We were like,
yeah,
okay.
And I'm not upset by it. I just thought it'd be a fun thing to talk
I mean
about.
it's a fun little.
Imagine
story.
if I was still mad about it and I
fuck.
Yeah,
you.
I waited the whole podcast to bring it up and beef with you right now about it.
Literally.
What time are we at? How long have we been talking?
Almost 30.
30, dude. That's pretty good. So yeah, that was the surprise thing I wanted to bring up was talking about Sauce. I told him we tried to go over a couple talking points. I brought some.
But actually, more recently, Matt and I were in another band together.
Yeah.
What do we call it?
It was called Matt Jacobs Band.
Yeah, it was called the Matt Jacobs Band.
Bro, I had a redemption arc after Sauce.
Yeah,
and
he was like the band leader.
Yeah,
you know,
and that shit fell apart with COVID.
Yeah,
but that's fine. I was
okay.
like,
we were okay. I don't think we were ever gonna play any real gigs though.
We weren't bad. We had one gig, but that was like my brother's pig roast
and at Home D that one time.
Yeah, that was a legit gig.
Yeah, that was a legit.
What did we make? Like $300 or something?
No, not even. Maybe like $100.
We made like 200.
And then they were like, "Play your set again." And we're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like we discussed playing like a 2-hour set or something,
and it was like a 2-hour set, but this pig roast was going on for like a lot more time.
And they're
after that, and they're like, "Just play your set again," and we're like, "Are you gonna pay us double?"
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like,
people
do you understand how economics works?
That's just people don't appreciate or understand,
bro.
The effort that goes into making
right
art.
There is one of the biggest issues as a content creator of any kind.
Yeah,
just people not
some people hate the term content creator.
Hey, I mean, what else are you gonna call it?
Artist,
an artist, a creative. I don't.
Yeah, whatever
way you want to spin it. It's the same thing, but it's like, no matter how hard you try, there's always gonna be people that aren't going to like understand how much work and effort and time has gone into you honing your skill to be able to do this in such a timely manner that we do.
For an example,
specifically for like photography and video work.
Yeah, because that's we'll talk about this next. I do want to say one thing based on what you were saying, and then we'll talk about how we work together with photo and video a little bit. But I want to leave a lot of the Band Junkie stuff because I'm gonna have Luke on next time. Yeah. So any Band Junkie specific stories. Anyway, with photography, like what you were saying, people don't understand. It's like, if you want like a professional family photo shoot or something, and
it's gonna cost you.
Yeah, and you're gonna be delivered 20 photos, and they're like, oh, it's like hundreds of dollars. It's like $400 for 20 photos.
It's like, yeah, bro, I've been doing this for years.
Yeah, well, they're like, well, that's however many dollars a photo. It's
plus like the cost of the equipment and like
there's equipment.
Yeah,
there's the gas for me to drive
precisely.
There's me learning how to even do this, and then I have to edit it and post. That's so many things you're not taking it, but that's just an example.
But people don't realize, they think it's just point, shoot, email.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's with photography. People, same thing with musicians, where they'll be like, well, you're only playing for an hour. Like, why do you need like so much money? It's like, because I spent 20 hours like practicing this set and getting this together and learning how to
let alone the 6 years it took me to learn how to play guitar.
There's probably
whatever.
there's probably like graphic artists watching, anybody, like any creative,
any person who does anything creative, even if it's just like a pastime and you like want to make like a side hustle out of it, like that's something you're gonna have to understand. Like, yeah, they're gonna like these people are gonna piss you off, but like that doesn't mean that there aren't people out there who don't understand like like what it takes to do what you do.
And that's who you have to find. Like, especially, we'll start getting into this, but especially with us, we struggle because we work a lot with musicians. We make music videos, we take pictures of musicians, and musicians notoriously don't have a lot of money. So there's not a lot of money there.
For real.
Sometimes you can get some decent money. I'm sorry I sound so stuffy, I can't help it.
Bro, just sniff real quick.
So the thing with working with musicians is like they don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
But so a lot of times, by the way, let's hit that smoke machine. We haven't hit that once.
Oh yeah, bro.
We
watch
have
this.
watch this. We don't know what this podcast is called, but we do know it's the only podcast.
I want to call it the Smoke Machine Podcast.
I think that's probably really stupid, but we have to figure something out.
You can't even see it, really.
Yeah, we're recording.
You can kind of see it
right here.
You can see it right there, just with the backlight a little bit.
If you're watching on video, which I think this is only going to be on YouTube,
Yeah.
we're recording with a webcam because my regular cameras can't record long enough to actually do a whole podcast.
Facts.
But
I mean, honestly, we could probably do it. We would just have to.
it would just cut off.
Yeah, we would just have to like set a timer, and just be like, "Yo."
Yeah, it has a tally light.
Yeah.
Anyway, look at the beautiful
smoke.
It gives us some atmosphere. Now it feels like we're in a smoky room. We're having a.
I don't like the way this stuff smells.
I can barely smell it. My nose is so stuffy right now.
Excuse me.
But yeah, so a lot of times, as a creative, the answer I would say to making more money with your work is trying not to work as much with individuals, but working with businesses.
No, yeah, that's true.
Because businesses not only are they going to take you more seriously because they really need your product to whatever you're doing, but they can have that as a tax write-off. They don't see it as them losing however much money like an individual does.
Yeah.
So that's what I found to be the answer to actually like make money doing video, which is my thing. But yeah, whenever I do video, since we do a lot of music stuff with the Band Junkies, which I will talk about when I have my next guest on, Luke. But Mason does the audio for that. So, do you have any comments on audio? You were in school for audio.
Yeah, I was going to school, so I guess I can just talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was going to the Penn State School of Music, and it was very strange because it's not like a music program like out west or like down south in Florida or Nashville, where it's like a 2-year program and you're solely doing production, mastering, songwriting, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But it was more like I wanted to go to, it was kind of like a fledgling program. It was the music technology program. And I kind of like wanted to go and do that as like my main thing, as well as staying where I'm from and getting a major discount from the university at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I cheated the system. It's cool. But in all reality, I was a full-time music major on top, which some people are probably out there like, dude, you sound so stupid. It's not that hard. I don't know. I had a rough time. But, like...
College isn't for everyone.
Yeah, bro. I don't think college was for me. But the Penn State School of Music, it's like I had to audition as like a vocal major as well as a music tech major. So it's like it was just so much at once.
Yeah.
That it was just awful. And they started production from ground like zero, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't know. I was just further ahead than that at the time. And I mean, now I'm like pursuing my own path with it, but
yeah. It's always like that. Like, I'm just now I'm about to go to my senior year of college next year, and we're just getting to the point where what we're learning in class is catching up to the shit I already know and understand. Yeah. And everyone, and like, there's so many, I bumped this microphone. I had to get this, I just feel like I'm quieter than you.
I think, I'm telling you, dude, you're speaking quieter than I am.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just now getting to the point where I'm starting to catch up with things and learning things for the first time in class, because I've just like when I went to YouTube University before I went to Penn State.
Don't go to college.
Don't
No, not really.
Drop out of
I mean,
college. Give up on your dreams.
Yeah, it's a big decision. I mean, for anybody to decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
Especially at such a young age. I mean, our society's just fucked in that way.
Yeah. We're 21 years old, so we can't really be giving. I'm not even out of college yet.
No, literally, bro.
So,
I was in college for a year. Like, literally, I'm telling you, like, disclaimer, don't listen to my opinion.
but if my advice or thoughts mean anything, I would say if you're not absolutely certain about what you want to do when you're coming out of high school, take that as your gap year,
bro. Like,
before college. Don't take a gap year after your first semester.
Precisely. So many adults are like, if you take a gap semester, you're never gonna go back. You're never gonna go back to school. It's like, dog, I just need like 3 or 4 months to decompress. Like, I have been in school nonstop for 13 years.
Yeah.
If not longer, with like preschool and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess so, but then you have to worry about regular life if you're not doing school.
No, yeah, that's true.
You
like,
don't really
get a job.
Like,
I mean, but it's like a different kind of life. Like, it's school and job is like a very different kind of stress.
That's true. That is true. I'm just trying to figure out a way to segue to my other talking point.
Well, tell me what it is. I'll try.
Bees. It's way, way different. Because I have some bee stories. Some bee stories.
So what were we talking about?
We were just talking about college, and now I'm going to go to bees.
Bro, I tell you what, dude, there are so many fucking bees on the college campus at Penn State.
Are there? I haven't noticed that.
Bro, there's so many fucking hives, dude. Just look around.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
That's not true. That was my segue.
Oh. You can't just lie and call it a segue. That's not how segues work.
I know.
Anyway.
Bro, I was just spitballing.
I was like, what?
Just jump into it.
So, yeah, I have a lot of horror stories about bees.
So many.
Because...
Like, an unnecessary amount.
Because, yeah. So, I have... my first encounter.
He has SIDS.
We need to talk about that first.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, we have to talk about Matt's SIDS first.
You know what? SIDS stands for Sudden Infant Death Syndrome.
Bro, he's dead.
I'm not...
Right?
So I told my friends in high school that I had SIDS when I was a kid. But they're like, no, you didn't have SIDS. You have to die to have SIDS.
Bro, fucking literally.
You don't.
Bro, you're wrong.
You don't know what SIDS is.
Bro.
SIDS is whenever you randomly stop breathing in your sleep and it can cause you to die. But my parents caught it and I didn't die.
Bro.
I still had SIDS. It doesn't mean I don't have... What do you call it? That was the stupidest hill I had to die on. It was like,
I don't know, bro.
I had SIDS, dude.
But it was bad. I think I was the one who like started it after he like told me, and I was like, no, you fucking don't. And then like our in high school we had like a big friend group, and like
we were at the lunch table.
Yeah, bro.
Everyone started roasting me.
Person, like 10 people, like 10 on one.
Yeah.
Literally, they're like, you didn't have fucking SIDS.
You had
like,
to die.
What are you talking about, bro?
This is such a stupid thing. And I was right the whole time.
Bro, I still to this day think you're fucking stupid.
You need to just Google it
bro,
one time.
I refuse.
Yeah, well, that's why.
It has been like 6 years and I refuse still.
You just have to Google it once and you'll know that I had SIDS.
Literally,
look up, did Matt Jacobs have SIDS?
No. I don't want to look.
If I ever have a Wikipedia, I want that to be right at the top.
Matt Jacobs has
survived SIDS.
Has not survived.
I still have them. But I'm not an infant anymore, so this is just not.
It's just sudden death syndrome.
Does it become SADS when I become an adult? sudden infant.
Sudden adult death syndrome.
Yeah. SADS. I have SADS. I'm SADS. Anyway, that was stupid.
When SpongeBob got the suds.
Oh, yeah. Why'd that make you really reminisced about SpongeBob there for a second.
Leave me alone.
But yeah, about bees.
About bees.
When I was 3.
What about them?
My gram had this, my beloved late grandmother. I miss her so. She had this in-ground pool at her house. It was this giant in-ground pool, and it was in my lifetime. It was never full.
Bro, was it filled with bees?
It was filled with rocks at the bottom, but there was a slide on the other side.
That sounds horrific.
Yeah, and the slide. If you went down the slide, you just fall
right
like
rocks.
You just fall like 25 feet into the empty pool. But I never went down the slide. But
Okay,
on the
okay.
slide, there was a bunch of bees, a bunch of beehives.
Bro, but if you never went down the slide, then how did you encounter the bees on
I was
the
just
slide?
I was a dumb 3-year-old kid, like
Okay, fair
walking
enough, fair
around, and
enough.
all of a sudden I got stung like 7 times by these bees. And dude, I still remember I was traumatized. I was in so much
Damn,
pain.
bro.
Just imagine.
No,
3
I can
years old.
imagine. I can imagine.
So that's I mean, there's not much more to that because I don't remember that so
I mean,
well.
then there was the other time you were riding the lawnmower and you disturbed the white-faced hornet nest underground.
Yeah, so
that was fucked because I remember that one.
I might have called you even. I don't know. Because I was mowing the grass for a family friend, and on a tree there was a white-faced hornet's nest. And white-faced hornets, if you don't know, are like, I looked it up, like the 4th most painful
Yeah, they have like some of the most painful venom.
to
of,
be
like,
stung or
any-
bit by. Yeah. And I was mowing the grass, and I went under their nest at the tree.
Bro,
and
honestly, you're lucky you didn't like get paralyzed or like die or something.
I don't know
if you
if
got
I
stung
can do that.
I mean, I
got
bet
stung 4 times.
Bro,
that time.
if you get stung enough times by regular bees, you'll die.
Well, yeah, but you get stung a lot.
I don't know, bro.
There was some lady who had bee sting acupuncture, and it killed her.
That sounds horrific.
It sounds absolutely horrific.
What the fuck?
Who would ever do that?
That's awful.
But anyway, we just were in total agreement that that's awful.
Damn.
But anyway, I went under the white-faced hornet's nest. I got stung twice in the head and twice in the back, and it felt like I got hit with a baseball bat. It was so painful.
Bro, I cannot imagine. I have never like gotten like stung or like bit like that bad. Or, like anything.
It was so bad that I immediately like just instinctually got off the lawnmower that was still running with the
Dude, did it keep
mower
going?
deck. Yeah, well, it didn't keep going. It just like it was a regular sit-on lawnmower.
It just
and it was just like so I sat there running with the mower deck on right below
That's
the bee
crazy.
thing.
It
And I
should've-
just
it
started
should've turned
running,
off.
and it was like the fall, so there was a pool there, and it was full with water, but it hadn't been maintained because it was the fall. So
jump
it
in the
was
water?
it was all green, and I was like I actually thought about going in the water,
Bro,
but
I
I was
would've.
just
Fuck.
running and screaming
Bro,
and swearing.
that's like the one like thing you can do to like be like bees be gone.
But I eventually went back out and I just like turned the lawnmower off. And I remember, and I just like I'm not fucking doing this the rest of this
Honestly,
lawn.
fair enough.
And
Honestly,
I
fair
called
enough.
I called my mom who like got me the job doing this with the family friend. But then the really annoying thing was the guy who owned the house, Joe, the family friend. I was like I got like stung by these. I didn't know they were white-faced hornets at the time. I knew they were bees. And I told him I got stung by these bees, but he thought they were yellow jackets and for some reason thought their thing was in the ground, even though it was clearly and visibly on the
Yeah.
tree. And he's like, yeah, I took care of it. And I went back out there and it's like, it's still there. I'm not mowing your grass, dude.
For real.
I remember being so frustrated that he just like lied to me that he took care of it. I was
What
like,
the hell, dude?
that's another bee story.
Literally.
I have one final bee story. And this was in my wrestling days.
Oh god.
I must have been like, I don't know, like 12, 13. And I was hanging out with, I don't know if you remember Ryan. It's such a
Yeah.
generic name. I'm not even
He's
worried.
kind of a dickhead.
Yeah. But I was him and some other people I wrestled with, and I just remember we were like in the woods, and Ryan like there was like this decayed stump, and he like just like touched it, and it just like fell over,
then
and
the
there were
bees.
yellow jackets in
No.
it, and I just remember like us just taking off running, and I was like, I thought I was gonna get away without getting stung, and then all of a sudden I just felt something go up under my shirt, and I was like trying to like slap
Ow,
it and
bro,
kill it,
fuck that.
and I was like I was about to get
I
it,
hate bees.
and then all of a sudden it was like bam, and it's just like I just like, remember like jumping and like falling to the ground like so dramatically, yeah, just like oh. But and now it left a big welt because it was
Yeah.
like in a really sensitive spot on my back. But yeah, I hate bees,
Bro,
dude.
put the bee venom right into the spinal column.
I need to start taking bee venom just to
For real, dude, you
strengthen
want to
myself.
start taking dude, we're gonna sell bee venom like fucking Tucker Carlson sells
does that?
his supplements.
Bee venom. It does nothing to help you other than increase your tolerance
Literally.
to bees.
Is that the guy's name? Is it Tucker Carlson or is
No,
it?
that's Alex Jones.
No, Alex Jones. Yes. No, I don't know why. Do not know why. Those two people I always get confused. Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones. I'm not sure why.
If you take this bee venom supplement though that we're selling, when the bees tell you they'll turn the bees gay.
You just clipped hard.
You know how I was doing like turn the frogs gay. Anyway, that fell flat. I thought you'd laugh at it at least a little bit. You just complete
The clip caught me off guard.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, this audio is gonna be. Are you gonna edit this audio?
was hoping you would.
I guess I will. That'll be fine. I can do it in Audacity.
Don't do it in Audacity. What the fuck?
No, I didn't mean to say Audacity. I meant to say Audition. Adobe Audition, which is a lot better than Audacity. Okay, so what are we at? We could do another 12 minutes. Let's figure out. Let's improvise something because we run out of talking points that we thought of before.
Okay, so I'm kind of like a big like Star Wars Marvel nerd.
He's a big nerd.
And we were like, if we run out of shit to talk about, I want to talk about nerd shit.
So yeah, if you're watching this, you're more likely
this could just be like kind of like a pop culture segment at the end here,
and
just
that'll be
talking
good.
about current events. So Will Smith and the fucking
dude,
and Chris Rock.
We have to get this out soon.
How about that shit, dude? How about that shit? Well, that's gonna be going for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, probably.
But how about that shit, bro?
It'll get tired. Yeah.
Will Smith was like, or not Will Smith. Chris Rock was like, your wife has alopecia.
Yeah. He didn't even say that.
And then fucking Will Smith is like,
well, yeah. Well, it just was a G.I. Jane joke. It wasn't even about specifically.
Was it? I honestly did not even see like the full clip.
So I've seen it.
I think I read an article about it. Funny enough, I didn't actually look it up.
So all Chris Rock did is like his job is to make jokes. He's a comedian.
No, yeah, and Chris Rock is like traditionally like a pretty raunchy comedian, especially like back in his earlier days in like the 90s.
Yeah, and all he said he was like. He said, I forget what his Will Smith's wife's name is, but he said her name, and he was like, "I'm looking forward to the next like G.I. Jane 2, because G.I. Jane has a shaved head." And it's not even directly about the ailment that she has.
Honestly, that's just kind of like a clever quip.
It's just a joke.
Yeah.
But the thing is the camera cut to Will right after that, and he was like smiling or laughing, and then you could see that his wife wasn't happy. No, the Will Smith was like laughing at the joke, and then his wife wasn't happy, and then all of a sudden Will just got up on stage and slapped the shit out of him.
And he's like, "Keep my wife's name out
your fucking mouth." Yeah,
whatever he said.
But
damn, bro, yeah. Anyway, other pop culture stuff that's been happening. We got Moonlight. First episode dropped. I have yet to see it. Surprisingly, it came out last night.
I gotta watch
I guess rather this morning. Maybe we'll go and watch it after this.
Oh, that'd be cool. We could get some tacos, watch some Moonlight.
But Moonlight, Oscar Isaac plays Dane Shipman. That's fucking wrong. You're gonna have to cut that out.
Dane Shipman? No, that's staying in.
No, I forget what the name is.
I hope that's just not even close.
Yeah, I'm a comics fan.
Dane Shipman. He plays man superpower.
Hold on, I gotta fucking look it up, dude. Give me
okay,
give me 10 seconds.
I can riff. See, this is something I need to practice. I need to be able to just take over whenever you need to look something up, because I want to actually be like, if I'm going to do a podcast, I want to do it and actually get good at it and be able to take a thought and just stretch it out long enough.
Mark Spector. I'm so stupid.
Mark Spector.
What did I fucking say?
Something like Dave Shipman or something.
Jesus, get me out of here, bro. Get me out of here. Mark Spector. Anyway, in Moonlight, traditionally in the comics, he has like
Dave Shipman.
Yeah, don't listen to me. He has like a couple different. He has like multi-personality disorder. One, he's like a gun for hire, and the other one, he's like a rich dude. It's gonna be pretty cool. Oscar Isaac is a terrific actor. Yeah. I mean, obviously we saw him,
and it has Disney money behind it.
No, and it has Disney money behind it. That's how you know it's gonna be banging.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously we saw Oscar Isaac in the Star Wars sequels, which obviously were awful, but he was actually one of the better parts of those movies.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
I'm not that familiar with them.
Yeah. And other stuff we got going on. We got Obi-Wan dropping soon.
Yeah, dude, this is perfect for you because I have no clue about any of this shit.
Yeah, bro. We got Obi-Wan dropping soon. We got Hayden Christensen coming back. We got Ewan McGregor coming back as Obi-Wan. It's gonna be we got possible cameos from like Ahsoka and all this cool stuff, possible Boba Fett tie-ins. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I don't know any pop culture things.
Bro, that's what we got to start watching it together, because I can riff with you on other stuff, but you got to riff with me on.
Yeah, this is I'm so weird. I'm a film student and I never really watch movies, and I'm a musician.
That is a weird thing.
And I never really listen to that music.
Because you're always working. You're always doing something.
Yeah, and I got to get better with that. I got to I don't want to say consume more media.
No, but I mean that's an important part of
well, especially the job I want to do. Yeah. It'd be cool. I'd love to be a full-time podcaster.
No, that'd be awesome, honestly.
But I feel like this one went pretty well.
This was pretty good.
The crack part, dude. that got me.
Post that as like a.
That's a short.
Clip.
That's a short.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're sitting at 53 minutes. Anything else you want to talk about?
You know, I think this is good. We almost got an hour. It'll probably cut down, honestly, to more like 45 minutes.
45,
after.
35.
Oh, I'm like dying a little bit anyway. And that was a solid first episode.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I think we need to think of a title and do a welcome.
Oh, yeah. We don't have a title written for this yet. If we have like a welcome at the beginning of this video, it's because we've done it after what you're seeing right now.
Do you think they have a podcast name generator?
I'm sure they do. Let's do that. Let's do that on the thing and decide what we're doing. We'll have to cut out some of that dead air where we're just.
We were gonna have to anyway. The name experience.
The name experience.
The city life experience.
The Matt Jacobs experience. Dude.
Well, that's Joe Rogan, bro.
That's what I thought you were saying with the insert name
bro,
experience.
I'm just reading this shit.
That's probably how Joe got his. He's like, and it was like the blank experience. Oh, the Joe Rogan.
Hello, EY. Bro, you're on the podcast.
Am I on the podcast? Wow,
Yeah, right now you're on the podcast.
That's awesome.
That's why I hung up the first time in hopes that you wouldn't call me back.
Eli, while we have you, can you think of any possible names for my podcast?
Off the top of my head, no.
Wow, you suck, dude.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, we've been thinking and we can't think of one.
Yeah.
We're literally on a podcast name generator.
Honestly,
right
this doesn't sound that bad.
now. No, we can have people call
If we ever
in.
interviewed somebody like this.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
bro. I'll let you go.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye. The Matt Jacobs experience.
I kind of like that though.
What?
Planet Matt.
Planet Matt? That's kind of cool. I kind of dig that.
What is a good name for a podcast? Thank you, Google.
Did someone Google that and think Google would tell them an original answer? What is
Podcast name generator AI for free.
Oh.
Podcast S1. The podcast with Nick Noko. Who the fuck is Nick Noko?
What?
Catching up with Craig Fink.
Maybe free time.
Better broadcast.
Better broadcast. That's kind of good.
Kind of like that one. Rumor reporters.
Better broadcast podcast. That might be it.
Bro. I like that.
I don't think that's taken. Dude, we have it.
Nice.
Better broadcast podcast.
With Matt and Mason.
With Matt and Mason. I might just.
Well,
I don't know if we have to have our names.
Do it different for everyone. Just be like with Matt and Luke.
Yeah.
Or maybe just with special guest.
Yeah. Featuring.
Featuring whoever it may be.
So we found it. I think it's just just Better Broadcast Podcast.
Well, but when you say it in a sentence, you have to say, "Welcome to the Better Broadcast Podcast."
It's kind of a tongue twister. Welcome to the Better Broadcast Podcast. Welcome to the Better Broadcast Podcast.
Okay,
the BBP.